I'm AINTV's Kurt Epstein. We had the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Lutz Bertling, the president and CEO of Eurocopter. Dr. Bertling, last year when I first met you, you described your new position as the best that EADS had to offer. Do you still feel that way?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Absolutely, I feel that way. It's the best job you can have, I think. In helicopter industry and in EADS, you know, this job is real fun and passion.
Now, was it a successful Heli-expo for Eurocopter?
It was an extremely successful Heli-expo, even more successful than we thought when we arrived here. Up to now, roughly 120 orders for our current range. And even more impressive was the reaction of the market to the EC-175, which we presented to the market the first time here at Heli-expo. And now we are at 100 helicopters signed for. We should reach by today something like 105, 107, 110 roughly, which is definitely more than we expected.
Now with the EC-175, what led your company to pursue such a relationship with the Harbin Aviation Group of China?
The EC-120 is one of the cooperation models which we did already with them. We have a long time experience over there. We are present in China and we are working together with Harbin since 40 years now. Very good relationships, very reliable partner. It's actually AVIC2, it's different entities of AVIC2, but Harbin being the major partner for us. And out of this long-lasting, very successful relationship, we thought it's a good idea to design and build this helicopter together again.
Are there any more such alliances in Eurocopter's plans?
Yes, for sure. We will have alliances in other regions in the world as well, but too early to speak about.
With regard to developing markets, do you see any changes in where such orders will come from?
China, definitely a growing market in the future. India will grow, might even be a very, very strong growth, earlier than China. Currently, a lot of helipads are under development and under construction in India. A lot of new office buildings get helipads on the roof. So we expect that the infrastructure for helicopter travel will be much better at the end of this year than it is at the moment. And India is a country which is a typical helicopter country. If you look at the distances, if you look at the growth of the company, on the current state of the infrastructure, roads and so on, this market will grow very fast. But we see as well other markets coming, like Mexico, like Brazil. And we should not forget the strong markets of today. The US market definitely is a very, very strong market and still a growing market.
How do you counter potential customers' biases for Buy American?
We are growing significantly here in the US. We are building up a new facility right now in Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi. We are growing in Dallas. So our American part of the business and even of our industrial footprint is growing very fast. And we are investing heavily here in the US at this point in time.
What sort of impact is the decline of the US dollar against the euro having on your economic models?
Roughly 25% of our sales are in US dollar. 50% of this is already naturally hedged today. For the rest, we have a financial hedging. We intend to reach within the next years a 100% natural hedging, which means we will increase our dollar cost base significantly.
Is the credit crunch that's gripping the US and stretching into international markets having any effect on Eurocopter's economics?
I might see an impact perhaps in the VIP market. There might be an impact in the tourism market, just because these operators might feel that their customer base is a bit affected. But actually for us, if we see the oil and gas operators, the EMS or Homeland Security and so on, no impact visible.
Now in terms of segments, which segments do you see the most growth occurring in?
That's actually a bit difficult to say because all the segments are growing, and I think currently it's more the industrial capability of all the OEMs, not only Eurocopter, to grow faster, which is limiting the growth. So we have a very strong market in oil and gas at the moment. We have a very strong market in EMS, in Homeland Security. We even have a strong military market. VIP, we have more or less doubled our deliveries over the last 3 years. So all the market segments are growing very strong at this point in time.
On the technical side, Eurocopter is doing research into all-electric flight architectures, including fly-by-wire. How is that research going?
You know that with our military program with the NH90, where Eurocopter is responsible for the fly-by-wire system, we have the only serial aircraft which is in production and in deliveries, which is a full fly-by-wire helicopter. We know that some competitors are working on it as well. We are working now on the second generation of fly-by-wire. And I will not exclude that in the next decade we will see the first civil helicopters which will fly with a full fly-by-wire system.
Now, I understand environmental concerns are something that's very, very dear to you. How has that
Absolutely.
affected your steering of Eurocopter since you've taken over?
We are focusing very much in our research and development works in two directions. One is noise. You know that our fleet is already now the quietest fleet which you can have in the market. With the 120, with the 130, with the 135, we are setting standards in low noise. And we intend to reach big steps in lower noise in the future through different kind of blades, different kind of overall helicopter architecture. And the second point, of course, is gas. So the fuel burn needs to be dramatically reduced. We are working on this as well, and we are not speaking here about 5 or 7% or so. Look at the 175. If you compare it in the fuel burn per passenger mile, you will see that it's the most green aircraft which you can buy in this class.
Now I'm going to ask you to put on your fortune teller's hat. And if you could look, say, 10 years into the future, what changes would you see in the helicopter industry?
We are coming back to what we just discussed. The biggest change from my point of view will be that the environmental issues, noise and fuel consumption, will have a very, very high importance, by far more than today. And it might be a decisive factor on the market if you are a front runner in being environmental friendly. Secondly, operational cost. I do not see the oil price going down significantly. And just here in the US, look, you're paying $1 more per gallon than a year ago, just for your car. So oil prices will remain high from my point of view. Therefore, fuel burn will be a strong factor. But this goes together. It's operating cost and environmental friendliness, which, if you do it intelligent, you can combine both targets.
Well, I thank you very much, Dr. Bertling, for your time. I wish you
Thank
continued
you.
success
Thank
with your
you.
company.